The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands a foolish one tears hers down. In my previous video, I did start talking about keeping a peaceful home. And one of the things that I do in my home to keep it peaceful is be considerate of the people that live in my house, with the little things like my preparation for my morning routine that starts the night before. I go to the gym in the mornings on 3 days during the week, and for those 3 days I lay out my clothes the night before so that when I wake up in the morning I have everything ready and I can get stuff done without making a lot of noise and waking everybody up. It takes a lot of effort and training in order for one to be able to be considerate of other people's feelings, and also in the little things that you do. Start children off on a way that they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it. One of my biggest concerns is raising an only child. I do my best to try and teach more how to be around other kids, how to be around adults, and it is difficult for someone like me who grew up with other siblings. It was quite a learning curve when you share spaces with different people and you get to learn how to respect each other's spaces and each other's ways of doing things. But when you are an only child, most of my teachings towards Mahau are mainly what I say and try and get her to do, but I don't usually get to experience it with her being around other kids. Even when I do, it's not for a long time, it's for a limited time, but I do my best. And that is the one thing that I think is very important for us as parents, to be able to teach our kids to take care of themselves, to take care of their space, to respect others, so that when they are older and when we are not around, they know what to do and know which route to follow without always needing us to correct them even when they are older. And that is the one thing that I think is important, to create a peaceful home and not a chaotic home where you're always constantly trying to correct your kids, or your kids are always fighting over spaces and, respect for each other. And I think that is something that we need to bring back in our homes, teaching our kids to respect each other and also to respect themselves. So I have made myself this skirt that you see me wearing here, and I would like to give this skirt to one of my subscribers. I will be making one for you, and all you have to do to win yourself this skirt is just share in the comments what is your most favorite peace moment. What is the one thing that you do when you feel like, you know what, I need to restore the peace in my life or in my home. Just share that in the comments, and I will be announcing the winner next week Wednesday. I will pick my favorite comment from the comment section, and I will announce next week Wednesday in my vlog who the winner of the skirt giveaway is. And you're gonna have a skirt made by me, by these hands, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And right now, let's just go back and continue to talk about these principles that I continue to employ in my home in order to keep and maintain a peaceful environment. A quarrelsome wife is like dripping off a leaking roof in a rainstorm. Restraining her is like restraining the wind or grasping the oil with your hands. Now, this is one of the things that I had to train myself on. I grew up being somebody who used to use my mouth a lot. Yes, I used to have an answer for each and every single thing, and if you made a comment, I had a response for it. And as I grew older, I had to learn that not everything requires me to have an opinion on it, and also in the way that I speak. What is my purpose for saying the things that I'm saying? And I think sometimes in our home, we get into quarrels and we get quarrelsome without even noticing it. When you see an issue in your home, when we want to talk about it, we don't think about the end point of the conversation that we are trying to have. And something that can become a discussion or a point of communication now becomes an argument. And that is something that I had to train myself on. And I have come to notice it now that I know how to communicate and not just talk. I pick it up quite quickly when people want to get into an argument with you and get into conversation without deciding what the end goal of that conversation is before starting that conversation. Also, the kind of language that we use with our kids, using profanity, and also talking down to them instead of talking to them. I think a lot of us listen to music that is quite inappropriate for kids, and we don't even pay attention to that because it's something that we are so accustomed to doing. And now that when we have kids, we don't even filter what we watch, what we listen to, and our kids grow up listening to all of those things. And then we get surprised when they use the same kind of language with us or with other adults. And I think that is something that we need to address and be cognizant of. While Mohau is eating her breakfast, I take that little bit of time to do a little bit of cleaning here and there. And today I decided to clean this window in the kitchen with the flies that have been are taking us from left to right. I find this window gets so dirty so quickly, so I try and keep it clean as often as I can. But yeah, my dome is always ready to spray the flies away, and it's really messing up my window. But I'm glad that we've got a lock on this door, and yeah, we can actually open it and clean it up quite easily. Do not let unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up accordingly to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen. As a parent, one of the things that I try and avoid doing is cursing my child, and also I choose to speak life into them. It doesn't matter whether I'm happy, whether I am sad. I think sometimes as parents, when we get upset, especially with our adult kids, we tend to say things out of hand and we tend to curse them. And, you know, it's sad sometimes when you hear parents saying some stuff. I will not get into any of that, but I think we should be aware of the things that we speak over our kids' life, and especially in moments of anger. Don't just be quick to be negative and say things that, you know, are not building your kids, and be somebody that is more encouraging to not just your kids but also your partner and those that you live around, and that in a way builds your home into a peaceful home, and people want to be around you, and they know that even when you're upset you will still continue to be able to say the nice things and not just speak out of anger. When my husband is back from the gym, he and I get to have breakfast together, and then I get to take Mohau to school. On some days I do it, sometimes my husband does it, and sometimes he will ask if daddy can please pick her up from school. For some reason she just loves being picked up from school by her dad. I think sometimes she gets a little disappointed when she sees me walking into the school after school, but she's always asking for her dad to pick her up after school, and it's always nice. I will say the one thing that makes my morning routine peaceful is a clean home. In as much as, you know, I am somebody that wakes up early and gets the things that I want to do done in the morning, the one thing that I think makes it the best and makes it more efficient and more peaceful is keeping my home clean. At night when I go to sleep, I try and ensure that my kitchen is clean, especially the spaces that we use in the morning. Nothing is more difficult than waking up in the morning to go and make breakfast for myself and for my family, and having to start with cleaning up a kitchen. And that sometimes just messes up your routine. And I try to get my home reset the night before, so that when I wake up in the morning, I have time to do all the little things that are more important in the morning than resetting my home. Then after Mahawa has gone to school, then I can do whatever deep cleaning that I want to do, but the basic reset is done the night before. Now here I'm just reporting my plants. They have outgrown the planters that I have. So I got these 2 planters from Builders Warehouse, and I think they were selling for 150 each. And I like them because they also have trays underneath that collect water. And yeah, I love how big this plant has got. I got it when it was still small, and now it's got so big that it was just roots underneath the plant, and there wasn't really any soil still left in there. So I just got the potting soil and transferred them into bigger planters. And this plant actually started flowering a few weeks ago, and it's getting so dry because it doesn't have any soil to hold any moisture. So I just wanted to give them bigger planters. I do have a pair of gardening gloves, but sometimes I just feel like working with my hands and getting in touch with nature, in as much as I want to protect my nails and my hands and all of that. Sometimes it feels good touching the earth, touching the soil, and also touching the plants. I'm somebody that struggles to work with gloves, and I do know that I need to protect my hands and my skin, especially having very sensitive skin. But I'm glad that after a little bit of trial and error, I finally got my skin issues under control, and it feels good to finally be able to do the things that I need to do without worrying about sensitivity and having breakouts on my skin. And I have to give my dermatologist her props. And it's been life-changing. It's incredible how little things like having issues with your skin can do to your mood and also to your confidence and how you do things every day. And I'm happy to be back at a sport where I can enjoy life without worrying about the little things. I do still get breakouts here and there, but for the most part, I think I am on the journey to recovery, and I'm managing it quite nicely, and I am enjoying being in touch with nature. Once I was done reporting my plants, I took them upstairs into my bathtub and gave them a shower. I'm somebody that enjoys giving my plants a shower in the bathtub. I think it's easier to water them with a head shower than doing with a cup, and I feel like they get drenched quite nicely and they can drain in there, and then I can also wipe them and dry them before I put them back on my tables and counters and all of that. And that is my morning and a little bit of my day, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this peaceful morning routine that I shared with you. And you will take a little bit of the principles that I employ in my home in order to make it a bit more peaceful and a place that we enjoy and we call home all the time.
I was so worried about this one, thinking it won't survive, but look at how much it has grown. When I brought it in here, I think it was up to here, and now we've got like 5 new leaves, and it's looking so much healthy and happier. I just need to clean the dust on it. But yeah, these are my babies. Creating a peaceful home is definitely not a destination, it's more of a journey. And I think it's something that we have to continue to work on. There will always be things that will come up in your life that will disturb your peace, but it's upon you to create awareness and be aware of those things that come into your life and disturb your peace, and learn to navigate them with grace, and also keeping in mind that we are all not perfect and we fall off the wagon, but every now and then always ensure that you restore peace in your home. I'm Mama Haudipela, and I hope to see you all very soon. Bye bye.